Dean Thomas, Father Rogers, distinguished guests, faculty, parents, family, friends, and graduating students. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 57th Tropaia exercises of the McDonough School of Business. I am Norianne Sharp, Senior Associate Dean and Director of the undergraduate program, and today we assemble to honor the students and faculty of the school who have distinguished themselves academically through their contributions to the school or through service to the community. We are proud of our students and faculty and what they have achieved, and we are pleased to have all of you with us to celebrate this morning. Please stand for the invocation to be offered by the Reverend Patrick Rogers of the Society of Jesus.
Whenever we gather and call upon your holy name, we acknowledge the gifts received from you and give you thanks. In response to these many gifts, we can only offer you our humble praise and deep gratitude, for your generosity towards us has been abiding and profound. Today, we gather on this hilltop to celebrate the achievements of many in Georgetown's McDonough School of Business. Through their hard work and dedication, these students have enjoyed your many and varied gifts. They reflect your love to us through their smiles and laughter, enthusiasm for learning, and in their hopes and dreams for the future. We also recognize all those who have helped these students get to this day of celebration. We lift up family members, mentors, friends, faculty, and staff, and give you thanks for their guidance and their love. May you continue to bless them in their vocations and keep them forever in your care. Help us to recognize your spirit alive in our midst as we celebrate the accomplishments of these, your daughters and sons. We make our prayer with great confidence, for we know that you are with us both now and forever. Amen.
Please be seated. We will begin our ceremony today with the presentation of awards to students for their academic excellence. Each award recognizes the extraordinary efforts of students in the major areas of business. These awards are given as a tribute to our students with the generous support of individuals and organizations with close ties to Georgetown. We thank all of them and acknowledge their continued support. We will begin with Professor Kirsten Anderson, who will present the awards in accounting. Professor Anderson.
Thank you, Dean Sharp. Please hold your applause until all of the accounting recipients have been recognized. Will all awardees please ascend the stage on my right and descend on my left? Will the following graduates please come forward and remain on stage until the accounting awards have been completed? James A. Church, Stephen M. Fischetti, Robert A. Kober, Nina S. Gokhale, Michelle J. Chung, and Janet Y. Kim. This year, the Deloitte Award for Accounting Excellence is awarded to James A. Church. After graduation, James will work as an investment banking analyst at Deutsche Bank Securities. James? The George Houston Accounting Achievement Award, donated by the late and former professor at the McDonough School of Business, George Houston, recognizes the senior attaining the highest academic achievement in the field of accounting. This year, the award goes to two students, Stephen M. Fischetti and Robert A. Kober. After graduation, Stephen will join BMO Capital Markets, Robert will work as an investment banking analyst at Citigroup in New York City. For excellence in academic achievement and for a positive attitude both in the classroom and more broadly toward the field of accounting, Nina Esco Clay is recognized with the McDonough School of Business Accounting Faculty Award for Academic Excellence. Nina will join KPMG in McLean, Virginia as an audit associate. Michelle J. Chung and Janet Y. Kim are this year's recipients of the Georgetown Accounting Society Award for Service and Excellence. I am happy to report that Michelle will work as an audit associate for KPMG in Washington, D.C., and Janet will join Deloitte as an audit assistant. Please join me in congratulating these outstanding students. It is my pleasure to welcome Professor Lynn Doran to the podium to present the Finance Awards.
Thank you, Professor Anderson. Will the following graduates please come forward and remain on stage until the Finance Awards have been completed? Michael Lee, Vincent Korth, Pamela Howa, Carly Silverwood, Caroline Schulte, Mark McKenna, Kathur Gatobu, Kendall Peterson, Allison Fullenwider, and Johannes Claessens. The McDonough School of Business Finance Faculty Award for Academic Excellence is awarded to Michael J. Lee. Michael has joined Goldman Sachs as an investment banking analyst. The Robert and Lauren Steers Award for Excellence in Real Estate Finance is given to Vincent V. Korth. After graduation, Vince will work in private equity in real estate. The Michael G. Saras Award for Excellence in Investments is given to Pamela Zidane Howa. Pamela will work at KKR Private Equity after graduation. The Center for Financial Markets and Policy Award for Achievement in Finance is presented to Carly M. Silverwood. Carly will work as an analyst at Eastdil Secured in Washington, D.C. The Center for Financial Markets and Policy Award for Achievement in International Finance is given to Carolyn A. Schulte. Caroline will work in investment banking at Credit Suisse. The award for achievement in banking is presented to Mark J. McKenna. After graduation, Mark will work as an investment banking analyst in the industrials group of Morgan Stanley. The award for achievement in corporate finance is presented to Kathur Sharon Gatobu. Kathur will join PricewaterhouseCoopers in New York City upon graduation. The award for achievement in financial services is given to Kendall A. Peterson. After graduation, Kendall will work in investment banking at Barclays Capital in New York City. The Credit Suisse Award for Excellence in Finance is given to Allison F. Fullenwider. Allison will work as an investment banking analyst at Credit Suisse in New York City. The Financial Management Association Award for Service, given in recognition for service to the discipline of finance, is awarded to Johannes Thomas Claessens. Hans has also been recognized by the FMA International as a collegiate fellow and will be noted on the FMA International's website. After graduation, Hans will work in the healthcare investment banking division of Goldman Sachs. Please join me in congratulating these outstanding students. Lastly, I would like to recognize the members of the graduating class who have been inducted into the Financial Management Association National Honor Society. The FMA National Honor Society recognizes members of the FMA who have high academic achievement and have been active in the FMA. Will the following students please stand and be recognized? Johannes T. Claessens, Danielle K. Dillon, Allison F. Fullenwider, Stephen M. Fuschetti, Kathur Sharon Gatobu. Oops, missing a page here. Okay. Joan M. Grubb, Kevin W. Hack, Tyler M. Harris, Alana J. Magley, Mark J. McKenna, Karan Nayar, Daria Parkomenko, Kendall A. Peterson, William K. Pierce, Elizabeth D. Robbins, Caroline Schulte, and John Tribbish. Please join me in congratulating these new members. Professor Charles Scuba will now present the International Business Awards. Professor Scuba.
Will the following graduates please come forward and remain on the stage until the International Business Awards have been completed? Veronica Tovia, Stephanie A. Schmidt, Andrew A. Theodotou. The Interlink Capital Strategies Corporation has donated an award for outstanding performance in the study of international business. The award goes to Veronica Tovia. After graduation, Veronica will work at Teach for America. The Ilka A. Ronkainen Award for International Business and Marketing is given to a student who achieves high academic marks in both the marketing and international business fields. This year's recipient is Stephanie A. Schmidt. Stephanie will join Google after graduation. The McDonough School of Business International Business Faculty Award for Academic Excellence is awarded to Andrew A. Theodotou. Andrew is currently applying to Military Officer Candidate School. Please join me in congratulating these outstanding international business students. Professor Douglas McCabe will now present the Management Awards. Professor McCabe.
Thank you, Professor Scuba. Will the following graduates please come forward and remain on stage until the Management Awards have been completed? Carly M. Silverwood, Audrey P. Morris, Francisco J. Velez Moeller, Igosa O. Agarari, Abigail Green, Lauren M. McDonald, Rebecca R. Deloche. Elutions Incorporated is a strategic global provider of operational business intelligence solutions designed to significantly improve energy efficiency, asset performance, and workplace productivity. The firm serves multiple site-type enterprise clients and enables them to manage and monitor energy and assets via the internet in real time anywhere in the world. This year's Elutions Incorporated Award for Academic Excellence in Management Studies goes to Carly M. Silverwood. Carly will work as an analyst at A Still Secured in Washington, D.C. NFI Industries is a fully integrated supply chain solutions provider headquartered in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Its business lines include transportation, warehousing, intermodal, brokerage, global freight forwarding, real estate development, trailer storage, and solar services. The NFI Industries Award for Academic Excellence in Management Studies goes to Audrey P. Morris. Audrey will join Teach for America in Newark, New Jersey. She plans to receive her graduate degree in educational policy. The Gannett Company, publisher of USA Today and scores of other daily newspapers, presents an award to the student who has achieved academic excellence in the study of negotiation, arbitration, and labor relations. This year's recipient is Francisco J. Velez Moeller. After graduation, Francisco will work in investment banking in New York City. The offices of the National Director and the Director of Public and International Affairs of the Federal Mediation Conciliation Service presents a plaque to a senior who has achieved excellence in the study of negotiation, mediation, and alternative dispute resolution. Igosa Agarari is this year's honoree. After graduation, Igosa will work as a financial analyst at Wells Fargo in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The William J. Curtin Award for Academic Excellence in Leadership, which was established to honor the late William J. Curtin, chairman of the Board of Directors of Georgetown University from 1992 to 1995, goes to Abigail Green. After graduation, Abigail will work at the headquarters for Capital One in McLean, Virginia. The Swift Glass Company, a leading fabricator of flat glass components for the defense, medical imaging, and semiconductor industries, sponsors the Award for Academic Excellence in Innovation. The recipient is Lauren M. McDonald. Lauren will move to New York City to work in marketing. The McDonough School of Business Management Faculty Award for Academic Excellence in Human Capital and Human Resource Management is presented to Rebecca Deloche. Rebecca will complete her master's in sports industry management at Georgetown University while she finishes her 5th year of running eligibility on the Georgetown track team. Please join me in congratulating these truly outstanding students. And now the awards for excellence in marketing will be presented by Professor Marlene Towns.
Thank you, Professor McCabe. Will the following graduates please come forward and remain on stage until the marketing awards have been completed? Darshana Prakasam, Rebecca R. Deloche, Lauren M. McDonald, the Johnny J. Johansson International Marketing Award, given to the student with outstanding academic achievement in the study of international marketing, is presented to Darshana Prakasam. Darshana is deferring Harvard Law School for 1 year to work at Boston Consulting Group in Boston, Massachusetts. The IMAX Marketing Research Award is given to the senior marketing major who has performed at a level of excellence in marketing research coursework. The recipient is Rebecca R. Deloche. After graduation, Rebecca will complete her master's degree in sports industry management at Georgetown University while finishing her 5th year of track eligibility. The IMAX Marketing Scholar Award is given to the senior marketing major who has demonstrated the highest level of scholastic achievement in the study of marketing. This year's recipient is Lauren M. McDonald. After graduation, Lauren will work in marketing in New York City. The final marketing award is the McDonough School of Business Marketing Faculty Award for Academic Excellence. Unfortunately, this year's recipient, Michaela Marie Medeiros, could not be here today. Upon graduation, Michaela will work as an associate project manager at the advertising agency of RTC in Washington, D.C. Please join me in congratulating these students. Now, will the following members of Alpha Mu Alpha, the National Honor Society in the field of marketing, please stand to be recognized? William P. Barclay, Nikita L. Bewley, Rebecca R. Deloche, Luisa Eguren, Caitlin E. Green, Abigail Green, Bryn C. Hastings, Carlos Jimenez, Artur J. Jotik, Kimberly N. Koff, Daniel H. Lorfink, Evan J. Marks, Caroline M. McDevitt, Lauren M. McDonald, Michaela M. Medeiros, Darshana Prakasam, Stephanie A. Schmidt, Andrew M. Shiris, Brian Soffer, Rachel M. Son, Brian P. Turner, Stephen H. Wathen, Jacqueline T. Yip. Please join me in congratulating the newest members of Alpha Mu Alpha. Now, in the area of operations and information management, Professor Betsy Sigmund will now recognize those students who have distinguished themselves in both academics and service.
Thank you, Professor Towns. Will the following graduates please come forward and remain on stage until the OPM Awards have been completed? Joan M. Grubb, Andrew A. Theodotou, Michael S. Matosi, The Deloitte Award for Service in Operations and Information Management is presented to Joan M. Grubb. After graduation, Joan will work as an analyst at Blackstone. The PricewaterhouseCoopers Award for Service to the University and Scholarship in Operations and Information Management is awarded to Andrew A. Theodotou for his high level of service in combination with a high level of scholarship. Andrew is currently applying to Military Officer Candidate School. Michael S. Matosi is the recipient of the McDonough School of Business Operations and Information Management Faculty Award for Academic Excellence. After graduation, Michael will join the Investment Banking Division of Morgan Stanley. Please join me in congratulating these outstanding students. Dean Sharp, this concludes the recognition of academic achievements within the school's majors.
Thank you, Professor Sigmund. It is now my honor and pleasure to recognize those students who have distinguished themselves both academically and in service to others. Our first award is the Henry M. Leslie Award, donated by the Textile Veterans Association and the Hospitalized Veterans Fund. Incorporated in honor of Mr. Henry M. Leslie, president of Leslie, Caitlin and Company. It is awarded to the graduating senior showing the highest proficiency in mathematics in all of Georgetown University. This year's recipient is David Hu. After graduation, David will attend the State University of New York at Stony Brook to earn his PhD in mathematics. The next award is in honor of Reverend Joseph Seabees of the Society of Jesus and the founder of the undergraduate business program at Georgetown. A Hungarian Jesuit with a Harvard doctorate in Far Eastern Studies, Father Seabees believed that the development of healthy trade among nations was an essential key to world peace. He championed the founding of the business school and served as its first regent and acting director from 1964 to 1966. In 1979, the business school established the Father Joseph Seabees Award to be presented to a member of the graduating class who's made an overall contribution to the welfare and reputation of the school. This year, the award is presented to two students, Alana J. Magley and Kai Fang. Alana Magley has worked extensively at the Georgetown University Alumni and Student Federal Credit Union, has been president of the McDonough Academic Council for the last 2 years, and is the COO of Georgetown University Hedge Fund Strategies Group. In addition, Alana is Senior Vice President of the Financial Management Association and co-chair of our Alumni Mentor Program. In each of these roles, Alana has demonstrated a dedication to McDonough and her peers. Congratulations, Alana. Kai Fang has worked as a research assistant for the Georgetown Center for Financial Markets and Policy. In this role, she has played a critical role in helping launch the center and support faculty research. She was heavily involved in the McDonough Hilltop Business Case Competition, which helped local nonprofit organizations implement new strategies. Kai has also made important contributions to the Georgetown University Student Investment Fund. It is a pleasure for me to award Kai Fang the Reverend Joseph S. Seabees Award. The next award is the Ottmar Winkler Award, which was established in 1993 by the Winkler family through the initiative of James P. Winkler and his wife, Mary. Ottmar Winkler could not join us today, so I would like to invite Dr. Jim Winkler, Ottmar's son, to join me in presenting the award to this year's recipient. The Ottmar Winkler Award honors a graduating senior who has distinguished him or herself by demonstrating a strong concern for others and the less privileged. This year, the Ottmar Winkler Award is presented to Ellen Lydia Grine. Ellen has served the District of Columbia by leading the Georgetown chapter of the national movement referred to as Lemonade Day. In this effort, Ellen taught DC students between the 4th and 7th grade about entrepreneurship and financial literacy. Ellen has also been a leader for the Georgetown chapter of Best Buddies, an organization that breaks down barriers to create a more inclusive world for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Finally, Ellen has worked as an assistant program director at the Leadership Initiative, a Georgetown University organization that seeks solutions for problems in underdeveloped communities. Please join me in congratulating Ellen on receiving the Winkler Award. The last student award is the Undergraduate Dean's Award given to recognize a graduating senior of the McDonough School of Business who has made the most overall contribution in the area of social enterprise or social entrepreneurship, either at the local level or in a global community. This year's recipient of the Undergraduate Dean's Award is Stephanie A. Messenger. Stephanie has been deeply involved in our Fabretto Fellowship Program, whose mission is to improve the health and welfare of children in Nicaragua. Last year, Stephanie spent 5 weeks working for the Fabretto Children's Foundation in Managua, where she implemented a new model for both teacher and volunteer training programs. Since returning from Nicaragua, she has continued to work with Fabretto, helping them secure grant funding. Outside of Fabretto, Stephanie remains committed to service by being involved with Diabetes Youth Services. After graduation, Stephanie will work as a federal technology risk analyst for Deloitte. Please join me in congratulating Stephanie on receiving this award. The final award has been presented at a previous awards ceremony to a McDonough student whom we would like to recognize today. Michelle Chung, would you please stand at your seat? Michelle has been selected as one of this year's Slevin Award winners. The Slevin Award is presented to a senior student in the program on Justice and Peace who displays academic excellence and commitment to social justice. It is named in honor of Professor James F. Slevin, who was acting director of the program from 2000 to 2002. Please join me in congratulating Michelle in earning this fine award. We will now recognize those students who have been honored by induction into National Academic Honor Societies. 6 members of the class of 2014 have been inducted into Alpha Sigma Nu, the Jesuit Honor Society for Loyalty, Scholarship, and Service. Will the following students please stand and be recognized? Rebecca Deloche, Joan Grubb, Darshana Prakasam, Caroline Schulte, Andrew Teodotou, John Tribish. "31 students from the class of 2014 have been inducted into Beta Gamma Sigma, the International Business Honor Society. Their names are listed in the program and can be recognized by the blue and gold cords that they wear. Will these students please rise together and be recognized? The following students will be receiving their diploma with highest honors. Those with a grade point average of 3.9 or above, summa cum laude. Please come forward as I call your names and receive a certificate to acknowledge this outstanding achievement. Please remain on stage until all of the names have been called. Lena Almarzuk, James Church, Stephen Fuschetti, Joan Grubb, Robert Kober, Michael Lee, Michael Matuzzi, Lauren McDonald, Darshana Prakasam, Carly Silverwood, Andrew Teodotou, Pamela Zadan Hawa. Thank you. Those students graduating with a 3.7 to 3.89 will receive their diplomas magna cum laude. Will those students please stand as a group and be recognized now? Those students with a GPA of 3.5 to 3.69 will graduate cum laude. Will those students please stand together and be recognized? Dean Thomas, will you please join me on stage in recognizing the salutatorian and valedictorian for the class of 2014. Carly M. Silverwood, please come forward. Annually, we present an award to the salutatorian, the second highest ranking student in the class. Carly graduates with a grade point average of 3.953. Congratulations, Carly, this year's recipient of the salutatorian award. Michael J. Lee, please step forward. Each year, the McDonough School of Business presents the Valedictorian Award to a graduating senior in recognition of outstanding achievement in the field of business. This year, the valedictorian is Michael J. Lee, who with a GPA of 3.971 is the highest ranking student in the class of 2014. Congratulations, Michael, on this outstanding achievement. And now I invite Michael to say a few words on behalf of the class of 2014.
Wow, there's a lot of people, a lot more than I thought it'd be. But yeah, good morning, Dean Thomas, Dean Sharp, distinguished faculty, my fellow graduates, and our family and friends. I'll be completely honest. When I got an email last week saying I had a legitimate shot at being valedictorian, I secretly hoped it wouldn't be me. The very prospect of standing up here and addressing you all was incredibly frightening. I had no idea what I'd say. And when I got an email earlier this week saying that I would be the valedictorian, a small part of me wished I could be the salutatorian. I'm really jealous. I'm really jealous. Well, I'm here today, and it's actually a lot more frightening than I thought it'd be. But in all honesty, it feels really, really good to be here today, and it's a tremendous honor. I wanted to talk about two things. I wanted to talk about the role of luck in my life, and I wanted to talk about the lessons I learned here while I was at Georgetown. Let me start by talking about luck. One of my favorite investors, Howard Marks, quoted Jack Dorsey, the CEO, the founder of Twitter, "Success is never accidental." The belief that success is never accidental and is completely within our control is incredibly appealing. It's probably the reason why a lot of us are here today, and we were able to convince our parents that this was a worthy investment. Like Jack Dorsey, I'm a big believer that success is partially within our control. Hard work, grit, passion, amongst many other things. Some of you might believe, by virtue of me standing here today, that I'm smart and hardworking. I hope you do. But in reality, I'm parting here due to luck, and let me explain. To borrow from one of my other favorite investors, Warren Buffett, I won the genetic lottery twice. Once for being born here in the US. The US education system has a lot of flaws, as I'm sure we like to debate endlessly. But one of the strengths is that it gives people the opportunity to have second chances. It may come as a surprise to many of you, but when I was in middle school, high school, I wasn't a very good student. I was pretty average, and I'm not talking about your average, I mean average, B's. And when I told my high school guidance counselor I wanted to go to Georgetown, they said there's probably a better use for paper, maybe a little bit nicer than that. And they were right. I ended up going to a different university before coming to Georgetown. And the beauty of the US system is that I had the opportunity to prove myself and to transfer here. Had I been raised in a different country, one that separates outperformers like yourselves from underperformers, I probably wouldn't have this opportunity today. Second reason why is I had two incredible parents. I had parents like many of you who sacrificed an incredible amount for me to be here today. They gave me every opportunity for me to succeed. And I'm sure this applies to every one of us graduating today, and I think we should always be thankful and never take it for granted. These are just two of the reasons why I attribute part of my success to luck. guess the reason why I said all of this is I think it's important for all of us to think about the things in our life that went right. By virtue of us being here in this hall today, we've all done a couple of things right. Actually, a lot of things right. However, none of us got here alone. Someone, a group of people, helped us along the way. And thus, I encourage everybody to be humble about their successes and be thankful to those who helped you. For the second part of my speech, I want to talk a little bit about the lessons I learned while I was here at Georgetown, and a little bit since I left. Keep your friendships alive. Many of you don't know this, but I finished my coursework in December, and I decided to start work early. And since leaving Georgetown, really, my closest network of friends in New York City are all from this amazing community. And I attended over 10 different schools, lived in 4 different countries, and presumably have met a lot of people. But it's really my friends from Georgetown that have really been my closest friends. I think we've all been through similar ups and downs, had a unique experience together that bound us as Hoyas. And I encourage all of us to stay together moving forward. Secondly, stay connected to your families. College is one of those places where it feels really, really good to finally get away. But I'm sure it was for you, as it was for me, that there's nothing that feels as good as going back home. Unfortunately, for a lot of us moving forward, the regular 3-month vacations every 3 months no longer exist. I wish they did. Rather, we've all embarked on a new chapter of our lives. Doesn't mean that our relationships with our family are gone, but rather the onus is now on us to make them stronger and to maintain them. Your families are totally invested in your success and well-being. Don't forget to say thank you, and I miss you. Third thing is to prioritize. Something that I'm sure we all struggled with here at Georgetown, whether it's work, friends, the nightlife. All of us here prioritize correctly, I guess. But this is something that you need to be cognizant of moving forward, especially when you're in the work life where you have a lot of demand and pressures. Carve out times for things that you think are important for you. And really the last thing is control what's within your control. There are a lot of things in life that are outside of your control. Where you're born, who your parents are, who your boss is. These things all have an impact on the trajectory of your life, some in more material ways than others. However, there are a lot of things in life that you can control. How hard you work, how you allocate your free time, who you spend your time with. And for me, this has always been a core philosophy of mine. I want to leave you guys with this thought. The career or graduate school, in the journey you are about to start, make it the best experience possible. And don't be held back by the issues you can't control. They're relevant, but not paralyzing. Focus on what you can control and let the others drop to the bottom of the list. I want to take this opportunity again to thank Georgetown University and the amazing professors for the world-class education we've been fortunate enough to receive, our friends and families for their support, and really, thanks again to all the families, both for the sacrifice you've made financially and emotionally to allow us to receive our diplomas today. Thank you, and Hoya Saxa.
Thank you, Michael. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Dean of the McDonough School of Business, David A. Thomas. Dean Thomas will present the awards to faculty members who have distinguished themselves during the 2013-2014 academic year in the areas of research, teaching, and service. Dean Thomas.
Thank you, Dean Sharp. It's an honor to recognize these distinguished faculty. The Faculty Research Award is presented annually to a McDonough School of Business faculty member who, through their research efforts, has distinguished not only their career, but also this school and university by producing research that is at the cutting edge of their particular business discipline, and which has found publication outlets in the most prestigious venues. This year's award goes to Professor Turan Bali. 20 years ago, the Executive Council approved an annual faculty award to honor the teaching excellence of a business school faculty member. The first recipient of the award was Professor Joseph F. Lemoyne, who retired after 30 years of distinguished service. The award has been endowed by a group of Joe's former students as the Joseph F. Lemoyne Award for undergraduate and graduate teaching. This year, the award is presented to Professor Ricardo Ernst. Distinction in teaching and research is complemented by distinguished service. This year, the Faculty Award for Extraordinary Service goes to Professor Kirsten Anderson. The Peter W. Gonzalez Jr. Award for Excellence in Adjunct Faculty Teaching is presented to Chris Voss. It is now my pleasure to present, on behalf of the McDonough School of Business Academic Council, the 2013-2014 Academic Council Professor of the Year Student Choice Award. As the name implies, this award is given to the professor selected by the business school student body. This year's awardee is Charles Scuba, Professor of the Practice in International Business and Marketing. Congratulations to all our faculty awardees, and thank you for the work that you do to create the outstanding education that our graduates have experienced. And now I'd just like to take a few moments to provide some thoughts and reflections of my own about today. I start with a thank you. Thank you because you created the opportunity for us to be here today. We're here because each of you in some measure has strived for and demonstrated excellence. My hope is that your awards represent not just your ambition, but your commitment to excellence, and a commitment to take full advantage of the privilege to be here at Georgetown. These are things that I hope you take with you in life, to be committed to excellence, to take full advantage of extraordinary opportunities. There will be many in your lives. Today, each of you has received your awards as individuals, but I feel obligated to remind you that you have been part of a larger project, a project that began in 1789 with the founding of Georgetown University, a project defined by our Jesuit values to be men and women for others, to ask for more so that we can do more for the world. What does that mean for you who have prepared yourselves in the study of business? Many of you will go into professions that people do not always associate with being for others. What I think it means for you is that no matter where you find yourself, you will act as principal leaders willing to put others before yourself. That you'll have a global orientation and see the world as an interconnected community that allows you to connect to those who are different from you, those who are less fortunate than you, and you will use your business acumen and influence to always serve the interests of both business and society. That is the larger project of which you are now a part. And now I'd like for you to take a moment and envision somewhere out in the distance a bullseye. At the center of that bullseye is the purpose of the McDonough School of Business, to produce principled leaders who make a positive difference in the world. And imagine for a moment that there is a spear aimed at that target. Whether the spear hits the target will determine whether the class of 2014 fulfills or betrays the purpose of Georgetown University and the McDonough School of Business. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the tip of the spear. If what you have achieved in your 4 years here at Georgetown and the way in which you have done it is any indication, I have every confidence that with you at the tip of the spear, the class of 2014 will advance and meet the purpose of Georgetown University and the McDonough School of Business. With that, I thank you for everything you've done, and I wish you Godspeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Thomas, for your congratulatory remarks. This concludes the award ceremony of the McDonough School of Business. All are invited to join the faculty and administrators for a reception under the tent on the Dahlgren Quad behind this building. Please remain in your places until all those on stage and all the graduates have recessed. Now please stand for the benediction to be offered by the Reverend Patrick Rogers of the Society of Jesus, and remain standing to join us while we sing our alma mater, the words for which are found in your program.
Let us pray. We lift back to you, good and gracious God, all the blessings that we have received. For in doing so, we recognize and proclaim you as the source of all good gifts and the summit of all human endeavor. In this gathering, we have lifted up and honored the hard work and dedication of the many students, faculty, and staff of the McDonough School of Business. You have bestowed on us many gifts and blessings, and we are thankful for your spirit among us. Let us offer to you a resounding cry of joyfulness at blessings received and live in the reality of your providence and love. Continue to bless our celebrations this weekend and lead us always to pastures of peaceful repose, and we ask this in your holy name. Amen.